Plenty of rain is expected for a lot of the nation, especially places out toward the coast, as we're looking over the next 24 hours through a good portion of our weekend. Honestly, a lot of that rain going to be coming down across parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana. Louisiana definitely some places really needing some of that rainfall. They're sitting in some very dangerously dry conditions. But as we look out toward parts of the East Coast, you can see, at least in the southeasterly coast, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, a lot of South Carolina, even both the Carolinas could pick up upwards to 3 to 5 inches, isolated areas up to 8 inches through this weekend. So plenty of rain. Could see some flash flooding as this system makes its way up the East Coast. Now, temperatures themselves are going to be staying quite warm outside of areas that don't see that rainfall. Northern plains stretching down to the central plains out toward Nebraska and Kansas, places that have already, of course, harvested their crops and everything. But those winter crops are going to be looking to see some very warm conditions, especially in the northern plains. This will stretch for almost a good majority of the nation. This is not going to be going anywhere through that Christmas. So white Christmas chances, they're starting to slim down as we get to the next several days. Precipitation should stay pretty dry as we get into that next week, while we see in the rainfall as we get into that weekend here in parts of the southeast and parts of the central southern plains. Not seeing a whole lot once you get toward that Christmas time. It should be remaining pretty dry, so they'll be able to dry out after a lot of that rainfall. Places out toward the west, the Four Corners region, they'll be seeing some more of that rainfall as you get toward closer in that Christmas time. Now, of course, the jet stream, there's this high pressure that's sitting right over there. Once this low pressure pushes in, that's what's going to give a lot of that rainfall, but also a little bit of snow across parts of the Great Lakes. So we'll be watching that pretty closely as we get into our next weekend. But this low pressure right here is what's going to be that culprit on bringing in quite a bit of that rainfall as you get into this weekend. So we'll be watching it pretty closely. High pressure is expected to come back into our region. That's what's going to give us some more of those warmer and drier conditions as you head into that next part of your work week. So we'll be getting a little bit wet for the southeast, but you'll be drying out as you get into your next work week. Fort Benton, Montana, mostly sunny, high 46, looking pretty good out toward the west. Got Clinton, Oklahoma, a little bit cool, with temperatures sitting in the upper 40s, low just around freezing. And Wise, Virginia, sunny, 56.
We've heard grass-fed beef is better for the environment, but a new study says that's not necessarily the case. And while the holidays are supposed to be a happy time, for many in rural America, it can take a toll. One farmer shares her story in the country.